Why, hello there. Welcome to the stream. You may remember me from such films as Twitch. What a loser. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, I'm just feeling like kind of, I don't know. I'm starting to, like I talked about earlier in today's stream. I'm thinking a little, see the thing, here's what happens before I continue. Here's what happens. When I start thinking about improving something, I get into like education mindset. And when I'm doing that, I get so hyper focused on like improving that like I think about it differently than when I'm actually like when I'm just like going with the flow and like just like observing things and like doing things, and it's like I feel like I'm like forcing myself, and that's kind of like I think the biggest challenge I will have to the biggest challenge I'll have to overcome, like as I proceed forward working on acting and eventually going to acting classes and hopefully auditioning and working with people where the real learning happens, when you actually work with people for an actual thing. Because, you know, you can read a book or watch a YouTube series or whatever. You can do all sorts of stuff. You could even go to college where it's really good practice, obviously, but the actual work is what, you know, you're trying to do, right? So glad you joined the random nighttime stream, Madrid. But you know, kind of just having some fun. I'm gonna be doing we're gonna do a couple things. So I found a bunch of like random practice scripts. They're probably not amazingly great, but I should not blame the script. Okay, so my life's good, but we're here to do some work. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is I'm going to first read the scripts like completely cold, and these are just I think these are, some of them are monologues. Trying to get out of the, see, there's another thing is inside my own head, I get stuck in like, I know who I am. At least I've been figuring it out. I know what I am, but trying to like get outside of myself to kind of like get rid of my ego to like be another character that has completely different values and completely different stuff, and not feel like I'm sacrificing myself. I think that's probably one of the things that actors have to like overcome, is they have to like figure out all these things like that. And I don't know, we can just get right into it. I don't know, do you think we should get right into it? I mean, we have a lot of work to do, so we may as well start. Okay, this is gonna take like years of my life. Hopefully I can become like a successful actress before I'm like super old. Okay. hopefully here to listen. You can interact too. It's also good for me to be able to practice doing things with distractions, which makes Twitch, doing so like over 2 years of Twitch streaming, like over 2.5 years of Twitch streaming, really helpful. Because it means I'm a little bit better, not as good as like the top streamers. You know, a lot of those streamers could probably really excel at acting, especially some of them who actually are actors or have like acted. You know, like Seer. Like I found out he actually has like stuff in IMDb, like actual actor. Like that's crazy. But you know, like I'm sure like all these people, like they deal with like all the shit like on chat all the time, and like they still get tilted, but obviously that's not like that in real life. When you work with people, it's not going to be like that. I already know that from experience. But still, like being able to deal with distractions, like you won't get bugged out by like the small things people do. You'll just be able to look past it because you're used to people like screaming at you, telling you to kill yourself. Like, okay. All right, so we got some here. It's on a Stage Milk. I'm not going to show the scripts during it, so it's like you guys kind of have more of a more. Let me fix this for a second, just for later, in case we do look at stuff. Right now I just like kind of found some random bullshit. I feel like I've been here before. I probably was. Interestingly enough, that's when I was pre-transition, and I was like doing acting cold reads and stuff as a male. And so now it's like I have to like, okay, well, at least I don't have to unlearn anything. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's also very good to be able to gender swap. And as a trans person, that's really hard. But then again, there's other things. There's other things that I've done. Look at my Twitter. There's other things that I've done where my gender dysphoria has to be dealt with. And, you know, I think it's part of becoming stronger. Obviously, I get to pick and choose, like, when I put my feet in and when I come out. But, like, it's one of those things where it's like certain things are a lot harder because of gender dysphoria. And obviously, I would try to avoid playing male roles if possible. Interestingly enough, there is a video. Maybe we'll watch. We'll not watch it later. I don't want to show myself in guy mode. Okay, so but like, there's a video of me out there of me doing acting practices. I am female. Yes, but like the issue I had when I was presenting as male was that I thought that I would get canceled. It's kind of funny how that works out, right? Like, my values like changed a lot when I started presenting as female. And, you know, it's like I thought it was like, oh well, a man can't play a woman's part, that would get canceled. Like, I didn't seem to have an issue, but like I have a little bit more. I have a, well, not a little, a bit more of an issue playing male roles, because I, if at all possible, avoid male roles at all. Like never do it. Okay, like you know, I have the luxury of not needing to you know, scrounge around for money. So, and I have alternative ways of making money, even if I didn't have SSI. Hopefully I can build those so that I don't need SSI anymore. That's the big problem right now. Let me turn down the light just a little bit. It seems to be having some weird issues. Okay, I don't know. Is that better or worse? It just seems like there's like constantly adjusting. Switch the lighting. No, that's terrible. Doing many things, you know. That's the cool thing about my Twitch stream is like I do so many things simultaneously. Not only am I practicing acting, and not only am I practicing acting, I'm also practicing like working with lighting, and working with camera, and working with I don't know, lots of things. So yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Whoop. We're gonna do that. Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I turned the monitor off. I was gonna cheat. Okay. I don't want to turn it off, okay? We're just practicing anyway. This is not like, you know, these are cold reads, so it's like I'm not even like, I'm not even gonna like read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read it live. Okay, oh, but these are multiple parts, which makes it kind of hard. Do I just read all the parts? That's the issue I had. Take 5 minutes of my stream to talk on FaceTime? Why would you do that? Why not just use Discord? Why would you use FaceTime? I'm not gonna give you my cell phone. What the heck? Yeah, I kind of have the I don't know, we'll figure, this is what this is for. The cool thing about streaming is so it's so open-ended. It's such an open-ended medium. Like, literally, you can practice for the main thing and do the main thing in the same stream. Like, because like, you know, it'll all be in the VOD and you can edit it, you know, like whatever. Obviously if you're doing like a specifically live performance, well, Discord's on the phone too, but I don't talk to my viewers, especially viewers I don't know. It'd be one thing if I knew you, like if you were like a person I knew somehow, like I've never seen you before. I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at you. No, like I've never seen, what did I just say? Oh, what I was saying was, if... What was I saying? Am I losing my brain? This is why I suck at life. Jeez. What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay, so if you're like, you could do it, if you're actually doing a live performance, like on a stream, then obviously you probably don't want to show the practice. But like what I'm saying is like, well, here you are trying to say hello. Well, hello. You followed me ages ago. Madridsta. Madrid. I'm sorry if I don't remember. Okay. If it was ages ago. Sega. Okay. Let me just do a read. Okay. Let's just read the whole thing. Play all the parts. Okay. This one's called Auld Lang Syne. Exterior apartment balcony night. Ash checks their watch. Just minutes. Oh, and these are all specifically like gender nondescript. So like these are practice scripts. I don't know if they're any good or not, but like I said, I'm not going to judge. I'm also not going to prejudge, and also I'm not going to make excuses. Okay. Ash checks their watch. Just minutes left until midnight. They look up and out at the city before them and sigh through their nose. They're standing on the large wraparound balcony of a nice apartment. Inside, a New Year's Eve party is in full swing. Out here, in the cold, various guests have stepped out for various reasons. For fresh air, for a smoke, for a break from the crowd, for privacy with one another. Ash does their best to ignore the lot of them, to keep their distance. They check their watch again. The sounds of the party crescendo for a moment at the sliding balcony door is quickly opened and closed. Out of the party steps Ash's friend, Charlie, carrying a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses. Charlie joins Ash by the railing. I've got it! Nice! What you got? I've been thinking. You've been thinking? It's a thought. A bold thought. A New Year's resolution? God, no. It'll be far too late by then. So let's hear it. Not yet. First, we drink. They cheers and drink. Charlie pours another round. So far, so good. This isn't even the thing. So what is the thing? Drink again and I'll tell you. Ash drinks. Charlie doesn't. I think we should kiss at midnight. Pause. Ash performs the longest drink swallow of their life. Charlie fills Ash's glass again. You and me? Yep. You want a kiss? At midnight. For New Year's. I'm confused. Don't be. It's a tradition where... No, I get that, but... You want us to kiss at midnight? I figure with you, I'm guaranteed a kiss. If I look elsewhere, I might not be so lucky. So it's insurance. Isn't that guy here? The one you want to... Nathan? Yeah, Nathan is here. I thought about shooting that shot. But instead, I came out here. For me. A little bit wishing I hadn't now. An obnoxious guest bangs on the glass door and mouths, "Get ready." Charlie downs their glass and pours another. What are you doing? Catching up with you. You know that's not what I meant. A whoop from the crowd inside. Charlie smiles at Ash. It might be nice. I think it could be. Not where I'd planned the evening was gonna go. You can still go find Nathan. Charlie shakes their head. Inside the apartment, a muffled countdown begins. 10, 9, 8, 7. So, are we doing it? Is it a good idea? That sounds like next year's problem. Just a kiss? Maybe? 3, 2, 1. The party erupts. Champagne, cheering, laughter, hugs, kisses. And Ash and Charlie together in the middle of it all. Oh, it's the first time commenting. Yeah. I feel like I'm terrible, which is true. I feel like I suck so bad. But, you know, just because I suck doesn't mean I should just, like, not do it. I mean, how am I supposed to get better, right? Like, it also just feels weird doing, like, back and forth when there's only me. I could try doing some monologues. I saw some monologues here. Female serial comedy monologues. Female drama. Okay, like, yeah, let's do some monologues. Monologues are good. Acting's good. Doing interactive acting better. Oh well. Reading both parts because I'm just reading stuff. Just to, like, kind of, I'm going for breadth before depth. Because obviously I could just, like, super hyper focus on one script and just, like, really, like, what is this going on? Like, what are these characters doing? Like, how, like, what is it? Like, what can I get into the mind of the character? Okay, like, I could do that. But am I really, like, do I have the experience yet to do that and benefit from it? I was talking about that on my stream earlier about chess and how, yeah, I could probably, like, really, like, try to be super try hard and like I could try to be totally, like, super try hard and like try to analyze a position super in depth, but I'm not a grandmaster, so. Yeah, Ion. Okay, so let's do the next one. It's called Playing Games. In the drama monologue, Playing Games, Lilia recently broke up with Brett for catching him kiss another girl. They meet. Okay. I'm not even reading it before I'm saying it, by the way. Okay, Lilia recently broke up with Brett for catching him kissing another girl. Okay. You must think I'm trash, do you? Because there's no going back after what you did. I still can't even believe that you kissed Janelle. I honestly didn't think you were that type of guy. I really thought you were into me, and you seemed so good. Like, you weren't like all the other losers in school, and I trusted you. And I didn't even think about... I don't even know why I came here. It's like I'm still trying to believe it actually happened. And why Janelle? Out of all people. You know we don't like each other. It's like you deliberately planned to hurt me. There's no way I will ever, ever, ever be with you again. And if you wanted to see me in person, here I am, because that's where we're at. Don't call me. Don't bother me. Just pretend I don't exist. I felt a little bit forced there. Okay. Then again, I am, like, doing this completely cold, so... These are, like, free scripts, okay? They're all gonna sound, by the way, don't use that language here. And links go in Discord. Okay, this one's called Them Candles. In Them Candles, Kendra is being stopped by her mother, Darla, who isn't permitting her to go out. Oh, it doesn't say the whole thing in the preview. Because she fears her illness will get the best of her. Okay. Okay, so it's about a girl who has an illness. Okay. No. My condition has to respect me. It needs to keep up with where I'm going. If I want to ride the big Ferris wheel in town, I'm going to do it. If I want to have Sam drive me on the highway at 100 miles an hour, I'm going to do it. I'm going to drink and smoke and love and feel life to the fullest. Until this thing decides to get tired or dies without me, because I refuse to be slowed down or have my life cut short for some untreatable illness. I'm going to fight this thing and bend it, twist it, and turn it to my will, and I am not going to bow down to it. You understand me, Mama? I want to live. This is my life, and I have to see as much of it as I can while I'm still breathing. Because I want to see now that when I go with no regrets. There ain't nothing sadder in life than to die with regret. And I damn well promise this disease that I ain't gonna die till the sun comes up. I misread a few lines there. The coughing they added. Kendra coughs. She coughs. Whatever happened to Luella beans? Luella beans. This monologue from one act play, Whatever Happened to Luella Beans. Rebecca confesses the truth of what really happened. Hey, I'm playing myself. Okay. Rebecca confesses the truth of what really happened to Clarabelle's mother. Okay. I killed your real mama. Shot her in the face. Just like them papers say. You had to have known something was off all these years. Deep inside. Raised you as my own ever since Luella had you. It's a miracle you came out as healthy as you did. Your mother was in no condition to raise a baby. She had no one else but me. We were closer than sisters. Promised her I'd do my best to raise you as my own on her behalf. She'd recover from drugs, relapse, recover, relapse. This went on forever. I met and fell in love with a woman named Diamond. And she was a diamond, all right. She could shine as bright as the sun, but hurt you real bad if you stared too long. Somewhere along the way, Luella must have gotten jealous, and somehow or other, Luella and Diamond became a thing. I was betrayed, destroyed, and, well, I tied Diamond up to a rowboat, rowed her on out to the swamp, shot a few holes in the boat, and watched it sink, with Diamond's shiny eyes staring back at me the entire time. Waited till she drowned out. I rode on back out of the darkness in a different rowboat, of course. Wasn't so sure what to do about Luella, but her drugging got out of control, and I think the last straw came when she threatened me, saying she was going to go to the police in order to take you away from me. She was planning on selling you for drug money. I had a decision to make, didn't I? I made up a bank robbery job that we could pull together. Promised her all the money in the world, and that it would get us back on track. I thought long and hard as to what I was going to do on that day. And the final verdict, my mind decided I was going to take Luella down. And so, it's what I did. I'm recording in a closet? No, worse, it's my room. You could read the title, Jeffrey. Jeez. Do I have to do everything for you? Okay, Rose to Ash. Oh, wait. Yeah. In Rose to Ash, Aggie releases her feelings out to her Uncle Bert because she can't take living life the way it exists anymore. I can relate to that one. Maybe I'll get some crack dust sprinkled on me as I step off the front stoop. Or maybe I'll catch the smells of pigs and beer as I enter the corner deli. Where's the dimes, Bert? I'll scrape them up. Find the cheapest bottle I can get my hands on. And what then? Wrestle less till the morning? Will the air taste sweeter then? One last goodbye until they see the last of me? I'm choking. Choking on it all. Fuck do you care? You never cared about a damn thing. None of you did. None of you. All of you. I see it all. Your lies. They creep up and around these walls. Shadows everywhere. Their faces. What did they leave, Bert? That's why I need to get out of this place. It just ain't for me anymore. This one's called Angel Prayers. Do you support Russia? Fuck Russia. Are you ready to get drafted? Okay, well, I'm diabetic, autistic, and transgender. I don't think that's happening, buddy. Pop one for Ukraine, for sure. Ratio. In this monologue, Milani is a teenager who has fell into a bad group of friends and has been in rebellion with school, family, and the law. Angels. Where's my angel? They say it's my mother's brother, but he must be crazy to look out for me. How can an angel keep up? How can an angel, my angel, not get tired of my behavior? I should pray for my angel instead. I should care about him. I should care more about him than he does for me. Is he getting enough sleep? Does he even need to sleep where he is? Does he stress over the bad choices I've made? Does he cry for me when I cry? Bleed when I bleed? What made him choose me? I don't deserve to have an angel. Not sure if he can't even make a difference. I wonder if he hears me when I try speaking to him. I wish I knew. Do you hear me, Uncle Edward? Do you ever listen? Maybe if there was a sign. There's some way he could show me that he's real. Maybe then I can believe. Maybe then I'll be strong enough to be better. Discord Wild. They'll be banned. Don't worry. Going to die in gunfire. Jeez, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck, dude? You should probably go get a hobby. You know, other than, you know, going to streamers and harassing them. Just a thought. Fuck these people, man. What happened to my bot? It's supposed to, you know, get rid of this shit. Like, I have mods, but they're really not mods. Okay, whoa, Discord made a crazy update. Like, when you do, like, /ban, it, like, has, like, a bunch of, like, options for each thing. Or is that from, oh yeah, it's from Clyde? Oh. Hmm. Didn't really delete all the messages. Huh. Oh, okay. Oh, because I forgot to, Oh, I already did it. Shut. That's fucks up. Yeah, I really do not. I'm not. I would never be a good Discord mod. I'm so bad at this. Don't expose me. This person is just spamming the N-word. Don't expose me. What the fuck, dude? I can't afford a boot. Bruh. Most well socially adapted Discord user. Oh, why am... Okay, now that we're done with that shit. Okay, Did I switch the category before I started? should be just chatting. I'm still on chess. That sucks. It means that even if I unless I restart the stream, any clips will be in the chess category instead of the just chatting category. Not that it matters, because I'm like a freaking Smalls micro streamer. Okay, so not like it matters, but it bothers me. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't bother me at all. Just chatting, not just chatting, just chatting. Okay, let's move on. Move along, move it along, move it along. Okay, you better move along. You better move along. Okay, come along, little doggy. Come along, little doggy. Okay. I don't let the other person chat back? Not if they're, like... I don't even know what's going on. You guys are crazy. It's okay, you guys are my little crazies. All mine. Don't make me laugh. You think you fooled me? You think that you have me on a little leash? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, my acting arc begins. Okay. Actual entertaining streamer arc begins. Day 1. Okay. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's actually get back to work. Oh, we already did this one. Okay. The ghosts of our ancestors. In the ghosts of our ancestors, so this is more of a read and not really a acting. If I can use the energy that I had from that improv, which I'm terrible at improv, so probably wasn't very good, but use that energy combined with understanding screenplays or monologues or whatever, and not focus on the reading part, but focus on that part, I think I'll be okay. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. All right, see you, Madristas. Thank you for stopping by. It's really nice when people stop by. It's like, hey, like a little person in my computer. You're here. You're gonna be like, hello, I'm little people. I'm in your chat. I'm okay, bye. And that's okay. I really like you, streamer. You are awesome. Okay. And scene. Award-winning performance of Peepo by Rebecca Lauren. Best supporting actress. Pepe's the lead. He's like, I don't care, Peepo. You're gonna go in there.
You're gonna be the best you can be. Okay, I didn't raise no little bitch. Okay. You're gonna work hard. And you ain't getting no dinner until you work hard.
Oh, okay, Dad. I will work hard. I am people. I will work hard to please you, Dad, my father. Okay. Okay. In The Ghosts of Our Ancestors, Tiara reveals to her uncle, Ivan, or Yvonne, Uncle Ivan, just how terribly upset she is over how they are on the verge of losing their family estate. If you do not stop this talk right now, I will be forced to leave the grounds and not return. I cannot witness any more of your self-portrayed misery. You talk to me about ghosts? I do not fear such ghosts. Least of all this depression you keep yourself in. Eliana shall receive my letter, and Mr. Clusterfield will rescue our cause. He is a good man, and has done much for our family. He's honest and decent, and you shouldn't badmouth him the way that you do. If he has an ill opinion of you, then so be it. But what do you care about what he thinks regardless? Haven't you taught me to remain independent-minded? To never allow others to bring fear upon me? Well, why don't you take some of your own advice? Since when did you become such a deflated man? Where is the Uncle Ivan I grew up knowing? Where's your vitality? I'm sorry, but no. I can't even look in your direction. If you're going to change like this, I would not wish to know you if this is... I have no father. I have no mother. Now you want to take my Uncle Ivan away from me too? No. This I will not permit. Everyone falls on difficult times, do they not? Everyone. We have experienced hard times before, and we have survived. Why is this case any different? I will not allow what's left of my heritage to be taken from me. Not by you, not by Mr. Clusterfield, not by anyone. Get on chess. We're not doing chess. Just read the title. I'm sorry if I changed the category. It should be changed now. Or did I not? Did I not finalize it? We're not doing chess. We did that earlier. We're doing, like, acting practice. Well, we're doing complete cold reads. And I'm really bad at it. I feel very forced. I feel like I'm, like, splitting up sentences at really weird times. Yeah, it's in just chatting. Yeah. Because you guys are chads. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Shut the fuck up, Ion. Neat dreams! Welcome back! One of the things I think taking acting classes will help me with when I eventually am able to do that. For whatever reason, you know, besides whether it's COVID, but mostly it's actually, mostly it's personal reasons. Hey, Twisted. I think that one of the biggest reasons is an autistic thing. Like, I'm overdoing it right now just to illustrate. Like, I do this thing where I move around a lot, right? You can't do that when you're acting, okay? Unless it's, like, part of the blocking, okay? You finished your school section. Oh, let the dog out. Done with school, ready to party, okay? We're gonna get some really dumbass clips in this stream. Jesus Christ. It's 10 p.m. Yes. It's not that late. Just doing some, like, practice and stuff. Acting practice. Because I need it. I also think, I already feel it. Maybe it's part of it is like manifestation. But part of it is like, I think I'm right about what I said earlier in the previous stream. I said, I've been really burnt out from music. Like, I've just burnt out from everything. And I think that doing something like before I go back to taking music classes, taking an acting class, even if it's just like like some kind of like workshop or something. Like if I actually get back and do something that I've always wanted to work on but have never had the opportunity for whatever reason. I lied. I did take one acting class when I was going to like Napa Valley College. But I didn't even finish the semester. And also I was in a different mindset that I had to overcome. I was like very judgmental back then. I was also guy presenting. I did. Okay, that was when I like came out as trans, but I didn't tell anybody for the most part. But I think I did tell. I think I did tell the class because they had you as I think one of the assignments was we had to get up on stage and just tell like a very personal story. We had to like tell something that like is hard to tell. Or no, I think it was just like a personal story that might be hard to tell. Because it's like you have to be able to put your soul up there, like on the stage. I really like stage acting. I would love to do stage acting, and that could lead into opera too. So, but I need special training for that. I've had some, but as a tenor, so need additional, very special training. Okay, okay. So, next one. I love that emote so much. Is it Peeb Wicked? It's got the. But yeah, like I'm already feeling it right now that I'm doing something productive. And it's something I haven't really done too much. So it's like I've never really like done a lot of acting. Okay. As much as I love the concept and as much as I've improv'd, like I'm not like improv, but I've never like done anything in like a setting where it's like that's what you're doing. Like I've always just improvised, like just being myself, I've always kind of been an actress. I guess everybody uses just actor as a gender neutral term now, but I still say actress, okay? Too much of a good thing, Neat Dreams. Too much! Okay, kind of off topic, but I also number 35 and Umineko. Ooh! Ooh! There you go. Twisted reality. I've also done like a lot of voice acting, but not really acting. See, there's a difference between like just doing voices and actually acting. You know what I mean? Like acting is like where you actually play the character. And it's like you use like text that's already written, and so you have to interpret the text. Like there's a whole process, and I don't know. I'm just before I can get into an acting class, I can start like a little bit each day. Just do like a stream every day or something, or even just off stream. Of doing some practice, working on some stuff, reading scripts, probably off stream. A lot of stuff I can do every day. It doesn't have to be a ton of stuff. But, it's like, as long as I make a deliberate effort every day to like say, hey, I'm not good right now, but over time, if I keep doing these things, they will add up. Using data to watch the stream? Data. Using data to watch the stream? What? Oh, like on your phone. Okay. I thought you meant like you're using some data and the data is like programming the stream onto some different device and you're watching me like being converted into ASCII art and it's being live converted into ASCII art and that's the only way you can watch my stream. Sounds like something you'd have to do in Hong Kong. I don't know if that's probably a terrible joke. Tell me if that's a good joke or not. That's probably a really terrible thing to say. All seriousness, no. The situation in Hong Kong is really fucked up from what I've read. Data. America don't say data. We do say data, or data. 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 Or like that, for like your phone, right? I was just being like way too, I don't know. This one's called Roger Used to Be Willie. We both have green Ion. Okay, you want to play one game? Okay, because that's not what we're doing right now. She caved. You owe me $500. Damn, I really thought that she wouldn't do it. I was like pretending that like that was like Mizkif and Emiru. Like Mizkif like made a bet that I would cave. And Emiru thought I was gonna go the whole stream and say like fuck you. Okay, let's play. I'm gonna make a link. It's gonna be unlimited time. Okay. How do I? DM you the link, I guess. Oh, is that how you whisper someone? Okay. Okay, good luck. Have fun. Okay, I'm gonna take it. How does chess works? Hi everybody, I am Rebecca, here to tell you how to play the game of chess. I suck, so all of this is worthless. You know. Beep-a-dee da dee da do do dee da dee do dee da dee da dee da do dee do dee dee da dee da do do dee da dee do dee da dee da do dee do. Heh heh heh. Dee da dee da dee da do do Okay, sister actually lost my pen. Now I can only play Osu with mouse. Mean. Mean. And the crowd goes wild. Rebecca at it again with genius. I really like Tress McNeil. I don't know if I sound anything like her, but you know, I'm not. So I'm not trying to sound. I'm not trying to impersonate her. I'm trying to like and be inspired. Okay. Really. Okay, so knight here. Bishop. The bishop. It's the bishop. The bishop has a home. You have a little home. I raised you from the moment you were a child. Born into this world. I raised you since you were a child. You were born into this world. I showed you how to live. Quiet! Yeah, sadly, there's a whole repertoire of male voices that I technically can do, but I don't want to do. It's not a big deal. I didn't get very far in voice acting. It's like if you have to make a new count and you got to gold, but you want to be diamond, and for some reason that's important to you, and that you don't have to start over, but you have to start over because you had to make a new account because like you made a typo on the name, and you don't want to get all the way down up to diamond and whatever, and then have to like make a new account. Then again, like if you get that skilled, like climbing shouldn't be that difficult. Like that's the whole idea. It's just like with chess, they do speed runs. Like Hikaru does like speed runs to 3,000. You know, like it's not about the grind. Is only like. I mean, the real grind is getting good at the game. The grind of actually playing the games, like if you're already like at like a grandmaster level, then grinding up to grandmaster won't be as difficult since you did it already, you know. You don't know the basic rules. There's rules on Lichess. There's a it says lichess.org, play, puzzles, learn. And there's like, it says chess basics, there's practice, there's coordinates, there's study, and there's coaches even. So you could actually find a professional coach on Lichess, which one day I might actually like try to do that as an additional side income. You know, one of these days. I'm not quite there yet. Okay, I've coached like absolute beginners, but I really don't feel like I'm qualified to be a coach when there's so many more qualified coaches out there. I mean, I guess I could, but, you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should stop, like, treating myself like I suck. I suck at the game, but, like, I've actually been told I'm really good at teaching, like, kids and beginners. Teaching kids is a bit different because they're kids. They're not just learning about chess, they're also learning about life. And so you kind of have to explain things in a way that like a kid will understand. Not that they're like stupid, but that like they think differently. They think about things differently. You know, they don't think about things the way adults do. And that could be a good or bad thing. Depending, you know, sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, because sometimes adults will be held back. You know what? Let me first trade off the queens. A lot of adults will be held back because they just have like kind of a way of thinking that's kind of been burned in. Oh, I did help the bishop develop, but I need water. Oh, the knight developed. Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know, this is actually kind of a good thing that I'd be working on, like, acting stuff, because my whole life I saw myself and lived as a male. And so it's like, if you think of life as the ultimate stage, like, life is a stage, but it's the ultimate stage, because there's nothing more important than that. Whatever you do as an actor, that's all like work, but life is life. Okay. But we're still all acting in our life. Like, but it's our role, so it's like, it's real. And so to the actors and actress, it's not the actor or actress playing the part, it's the character playing the part. And so in order, you have to, like, I was trying to think of, like, it's like the character is the character, and there's two parts to the character. There's the character that's written, and there's the character when that part, like, kind of like molds itself to you, like some kind of like Superman movie thing. Like Superman 2, where he throws the S. Okay, now I'm going to put this here, and that does some things. Because I don't want that pawn pushing up to the knight. Lana Ray and L.A. Kaylee and Bare Fists and Rogue Girl. How are you? It's been so long. I haven't seen you in forever. Wait. You didn't get back together with Jim, did you? Okay, well, if I attack the rook, obviously the rook would just move, so... But to what end? To what end? Okay. Yeah, I wanna get back into being a performer again. And I got so burnt out of music that I feel really jaded. And so I think I need something new to focus on, a skill that I'm not as practiced in. Not to say I'm like extremely good at music. I'm told that I am, but it's one of those things where I need, like I was saying this on the stream earlier. I mean the previous stream, is that Will you continue work on Osu? Yeah, I mean, I am working on Osu. I just haven't played in a while. I've been going through some back pain. And there's like a pinched nerve kind of issue. It's really bad, like some kind of sprained thing. I don't know what's going on. It's like a muscle, like the muscles that most people rarely use. And I have like issues with my neck from sleeping, and I only recently, like, I it should be better now, but I was sleeping like with my, like, not enough support on my neck. Like, I had to get a more firm pillow. My pillow was too soft. And so I ended up eating a lot of weed edibles for like a month, and it was really hard to play Osu like that. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit, but you know, it's been about a week since I stopped weed again, and you know, it usually takes like a bit of a, you know, there's a bit of a time before things can get back to normal. You know, I just don't like making that my new normal. It's really bothersome to me. What I can do is first check. This might be a little bit premature. She said premature. But I really don't think Osu is that great for the stream. Honestly, I know people stream it, but honestly, like, I just think I don't know if it's worth streaming. I mean, you know, things can change, but like right now, I don't think it's worth streaming. Like, you know, I'm not trying to stream, you know, to like farm viewers. I'm streaming to like work on stuff. So if I'm working on chess, or if I'm working on if I'm like working on acting, like I am trying to do tonight, but I usually play Osu offline, and it's. Jeez, I need to check my blood sugar. I feel like really like. I think it's because I'm like focusing on something new. It's not like it's, well, not. I mean, I've done it before. Not new at all. I think that's the key. Is that we're all, like I was saying, like, we're all actors. Like, our whole life we're acting. You know, we present ourselves to the world a certain way, and we're different depending on the context. You know, like, when we're alone, we're different than when we're with people, and depending on who the person is, you know? So it's like, in a way, like, I feel like taking away the idea that acting is an act. I saw a video once by an agent who was talking about what she looks for, and when she's you know, when she's looking for people to find work for, like, she, you know, she's saying like acting is not pretending, acting is being, and I think that really stuck with me. Oh, here we go, the free rook. Yeah, I think the move was moving the king up. And then I have to defend the rook, the knight, but then I think I have a plan of, I have check there. So after I would play rook here, I think black would play up here. How long is the chess game usually? It's as long as it takes. This is unlimited time control. Okay. At least you get the knight. But I'm not going to take it. In fact, even though I'm up material, I don't think I'm in a huge advantage, especially since you got the knight back. And my knight is kind of dead. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to push. What's the usual situation? Well, if you're just playing like casually untimed, people usually move faster when they're untimed, even though it's untimed. You can't beat you in this annoying game, but Gary Kasparov will. Thank you, son of a bitch. Bish. You have stop distracting yourself and focus up. Hey, could you hurry up? Stop distracting yourself and focus up. Hey, could you hurry up? Stop distracting yourself and focus up. Hey, Tetsu! Could you hurry up? Stop distracting yourself and focus up. More mutes on mic settings. Yeah, exactly. That's why we gotta go like, hey! Could you hurry up? Stop distracting yourself and focus up! Okay, so what about the context? Let's think about choices. What about the context of that line? How could you hurry up? Hey, could you hurry up? Stop distracting yourself and focus up. Okay, so how about the situation? What's the situation? It's a like a coach. Okay, like a coach, and it's like a coach that's like very like the coach thinks that they're like really helping, but like it's like really abusive or whatever. He took my knight, but I took the rook. So he's only up a pawn. I never said I was good. The situation a character in isn't the situation a character in Jersey Shore? Probably. I mean, probably like anyone in Jersey. It's like... Hey, what's the matter with you? Okay. I never been to Jersey. Yeah, I don't know why. I needed it. No, the thing is my knight was going to get traded off anyway. You know what I should have done? I made a huge inaccuracy. I should have taken the pawn first, at least. And then that really leaves the king exposed. And then I pushed the pawn. I made a mistake. But it's okay. I'm only down a pawn, and I really like the fact that the king's exposed. So I'm just going to trade off. You can relate to how people somehow goes faster when there's no time limit in reverse seat. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a psychological thing. It's because you're playing casually. Because it's like you're just kind of just playing. And usually you don't play so well. And also, I wasn't really trying to do a chess this stream, okay? I'm just doing this just to... Because Ion kept bugging me, okay? I was trying to focus on doing some script reading. It's okay. You know? Theresa May, what's in your wallet? Your best country accent? Okay, well, let's Did you grow up on a tractor? Did your daddy let you drive? Are you whiskey bent and hell bound, even though your mama tried? Did you cruise down a back road? I don't know the rhythm to this. With your Dixieland delight. Oh, this is like an old song. That's a jazz song. Or Dixieland. Oh, see, we don't say Dixieland anymore. That actually has like really like racist connotations. But obviously in a historical context you say it, but country music lyrics. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna read these without actually Why do you keep on staring? That mirror, mirror? It ain't fair at all. Dress sizes can't define. Don't let the world decide what's beautiful. No. You won't make yourself a name if you follow the rules. History gets made when you're acting a fool. So don't hold it back and just run it. Show what you got and just own it. No, they can't tear you apart. If you trust your rebel heart, ride it into battle. Don't be afraid. Take the road less traveled. Wear out your boots and kick up the gravel. Don't be afraid. Take the road less traveled on. Oh, woo! Woo-wee. Take the load less traveled on. Don't follow anyone. March to the rhythm of a different drum. Why do we analyze, break out, and criticize the crazy ones? Oh. You won't make yourself a name if you follow the rules. History gets made when you're acting a fool. So don't hold it back and just run it. Show what you got and just own it. No, they can't hear you apart. Tear you apart. No. If you trust your rebel heart, if you trust your rebel heart, here, let's read the same thing over and over. Okay. If you trust your rebel heart, ride it into battle. Don't be afraid. Take the road less traveled. Wear out your boots and kick up the gravel. Don't be afraid. Take the road less traveled on. Oh. Okay, I don't need to read. How about we read this a couple times? Okay. If you trust your rebel heart, ride it into battle. Don't be afraid. Take the road less traveled. Wear out your boots and kick up the gravel. Don't be afraid. Take the road less traveled on. Okay, my rook's under attack. Well. So I can't just take the pawn. My bishop's in danger. Well, I was already expecting the trade. But let me get this check in first. Before I move the rook. My native language is my country is literally using Chinese as native language. Thanks again for bringing the kids to soccer practice. Hey, running still. We're taking a brief interlude because one of my viewers got really pissed that I wouldn't play them chess. So, we're playing. Oh, you proposed to take back? Where? Oh, you wanted to move the bishop up here. Right? Pissed. Having trouble learning the Chinese accent? Well, I don't... I'm not falling into that trap, okay? I'm sure I could, but I'm not Asian, okay? I can only do... only allowed to do white people accents. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. It's just, I don't know. I just think that's really disrespectful. When people do Asian accents when they're, like, not Asian. I can do a Japanese one because that's my second language, okay? I feel like I could do that one a little bit more justice. Mandarin is like my third language, and I don't know the Hong Kong accent, so... Yeah, exactly. Why would you learn it? Well, if I was playing a character and she was raised in China and she spoke English, why would you learn Chinese accent though? So well, I could read it in like Romaji. Why would you learn Chinese accent though? I can do like Romaji. Yeah, I'm not liking where this is going. Let's reel it back in, you guys. I'm not liking where this line of thought is going. Let's not just do like accents, okay? Oh, it's my turn. Oh yeah, and then I was gonna move the rook, of course. Of course, of course. Okay, attack the knight, keeps the bishop pinned. Do an accent? It's quite funny when you try to represent an accent. Yeah, because I'm like an American. Mob gangsta accent? Yeah, exactly. Chinese Asian accents are harder, especially since I feel like it's kind of disrespectful. Like come on. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, it's disrespectful if you do it in like a mocking way, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like there's no reason. Oh, now you're attacking my other rook. Well, in that case, I get to continue my plan. Okay. But not really. Knight's still under attack. Mob gangster accent. You know what's interesting is like there's also like usually when you think of mob gangster accents, you never like think of like are there even any examples of like women mob gangsters that are because like it's different for women for women than it is for men. Like with men it's like really established. Like it's like, hey, yous, I got a job for you. I guess that's like just an Italian accent. But like when it's women, it's always like some like you know what's ridiculous? It's always some like non-accented woman. Like it's always just like some woman who comes in and she's just like, I don't have time for this. Like like that's usually it's like anime character for women when they do gangster. Like if they make a mob boss woman, they make her into an anime character. She's like, I don't have time for this. If it's a man, it's like, hey,
I want you dead!
it's like,
you gotta come to me! You gotta come to me after what I did! After what I did to get you out of the gutter!
like, but if it's a woman, it's like, I spent way too much time getting ready for this.
I brought you home chess puzzles! I got you Sudokus! Okay? When you were learning to read,
Oh god. Hey guys, let's do an accent stream. Yeah, it's not really what I wanted to do right now, but we've been through so much. So much. We've been through so much. It's always Italian, isn't it? It's like, why is it always Italian? It could also be Russian. I'm stupid too. Really. Like, I really don't know accents. Like, honestly. Here we go. He was taking things too far. But I mean, like, really too far. He was insulting everybody. He was on a tear, but when he got to Rick, it went really bad. Real fast. Rick, he wasn't having it that night from Lonnie. One word led to another, and the next thing I know, they're putting out knives and guns. And it all happens, so slow down. Let's start again. What was the first thing that Lonnie said to Rick? He called him a fat bastard. Oh my goodness. All right, well, that's no more than that. Well, then he got into talking about Ricky's kids and his wife being a slut. And so Rick hit him with a shot, and that's when everything went crazy. So, after Lonnie insulted Rick's wife and kids, Rick punched him? That's right. I don't know why I'm like got British going. I can't go home. The carp, my wife's mother, she's visiting. Oh God. Okay, here we go. I had to start raising the beef, pork butt, and veal shanks for the tomato sauce. It was Michael's favorite. I was making ziti with the meat gravy, and I'm planning to roast some peppers over the flames, and I was gonna put on some string beans with some olive oil and garlic. And some beautiful cutlets that were cut just right. That I was going to fry up before dinner, just as an appetizer. So I was home for about an hour. Now my plan was to start the dinner early, so Karen and I could unload the guns, and Jimmy didn't want. and then get the package for Lois to take to Atlanta for her trip later that night. Oh, that's from Goodfellas. That was actually Henry, but I was like, you know, try not to do male voices, okay, if at all possible. It obviously, as an actress, like, you know, or any actor should be able to play a part, and like, you know, I don't know. Obviously, you know, characters are going to be gendered. See, the hardest thing for me was leaving the life. I still love the life. And we were treated like movie stars with muscle. We had it all. Just for asking. Our wives, mothers, kids, everyone rode along. I had paper bags filled with jewelries, stashed in the kitchen. I had a sugar bowl full of Coke next to the bed. Anything I wanted was a phone call away. Free cars, keys to a dozen hideout flats all over the city. I'd bet 20, 30 grand over a weekend, and then I'd either blow the winnings in a week or go to the Sharks to pay back the bookies. Didn't matter. Didn't mean anything. When I was broke, I could go out and rob some more. We ran everything. We paid off cops. We paid off lawyers. We paid off judges. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. Now it's all over. And that's the hardest part. Okay. Oh, hey, Gilbert. That was from Goodfellas. Somebody asked me to do like a mob gangster accent, so it was... Yeah, I remember it too. What, you think I'm funny? Funny how? Wait, was that Goodfellas? Funny like a clown? What the fuck is so funny about me? It was like Joe Pesci, right? Well, you think I'm like a clown? You know, clowns are funny. Clowns are funny. Hey, clowns are funny. Clowns are funny. Okay. This is kind of a really frustrating position. I'm like up a pawn, but yeah. John Walforth asks, "What do you look for in a significant other?" Who's that black actress who does all those roles? There's a lot of black actresses that does all the roles, all these roles. Whoopi Goldberg? She's in Star Trek. Not famous? Oh, on PBS. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, Gilbert, okay? Gilbert. Gilbert, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I failed you. I do everything possible to make sure that I answered it correctly, but I failed you. Yeah, a lot of actors will do both male and female roles, but obviously most of the time they will cast they'll usually cast the gender to the gender of the character. Which is kind of frustrating for transgender actors and actresses. They don't write transgender characters. And so if they're going to typecast us, they should probably write more fucking parts. Jesus Christ. Or they could just, cast us as our gender. Like, I'm sure it'll change. I'm sure things will change over time. I can use that time to actually like take acting classes and get better at acting. And I'm not going to wait until society is better. Okay. I'm just going to start. You're a weeb. It happens. If like they actually wrote transgender characters, like, in general, like people say it's like, oh, it's political. It's not political. It's just in reality, we have a diverse set of characters in our reality. Like, yeah, obviously, maybe if you're in like, 13th century Japan, obviously it's going to be a pretty monogamous, or it's gonna, not monogamous. It's gonna be a pretty like, saturated with Japanese actors and actresses. Okay, like. And, especially back then, all the men would have 100% of the agency. Okay, so. Yeah, it's just kind of frustrating, film and like movies and all that. Like that's, like it's a reflection of society. It's frustrating, and when people. When people start to accuse like TV and movies and stuff like that of influencing like younger people and stuff, but the thing is that stuff is just a like shadow in comparison to reality. It's just a representation of what already is. And so as the times change, the movies change. And it's frustrating when people say that it's political when you add a black character. Like what the fuck? Like black people exist, buddy. Like. Yeah, and the same with trans people. Like, they only put trans people in if it's like a story about a trans person who's been abused. And, usually they haven't even really done that either. It's like if they do a movie about a trans character, like it would be like the same way they did about gay characters. But eventually that kind of changed too, and it's still changing. But like, they'll have random like gay characters where the fact that they're gay is not the like center of the story, right? Like, or I'm sure they did that a lot with like black cinema for the longest time. Like when it was black cinema that wasn't made by, like I guess when it wasn't black cinema, when it was like Hollywood trying to do black characters, like I'm sure that's what they were trying to do. Is they're like, hey, like let's put a character in a movie, and it's like. When it's motivated by like, because you have to like please the like media or the producers or whatever, instead of actually doing it from like a place of like intellectual and artistic integrity, I feel like you do a disservice to the work. Like, shouldn't you like when you're writing a character, like. Obviously, if you're writing, obviously it's good to have movies about like coming out stories and the abuse that people have. But when that's like the only kind of stuff where you see like LGBTQ representation, it's kind of frustrating. And it's really frustrating too, though, because that's basically what it's like for LGBTQ people. It's always some kind of abuse or, worries about coming out, which like non-LGBT people do not have to deal with. Like they just live their life, and we live our life too, but we have this extra step that we have to do, and it's so frustrating. And, I would guess it's the same for like black people or anybody of, people of color. It's also just that like we're so rare. So like to like, okay, so we're like 2% of the population or whatever. I think that's like a generous estimate. So you have 2% of the population, but then among that population, you have to also have people who are getting into acting, which I'm like, apparently like I'm a beginner and I'm one person. Okay. So then you get as many people as possible and you get like 10 transgender actors and actresses. Like in the entire, like those are the entire like cast of people who are trans. Yeah, it's like 2% or like, it's just like, yeah, it's way, that's really generous. I think it's more like 0.5%. But some people are saying it's like 2% if you include a lot of the stuff of people being like, people who are in the closet, people who don't know they're like trans or gay yet, all that kind of like, if you include all the people who are like still figuring things out, it's probably around 2%. But I would say that's very generous. I'm just making shit up right now, so it literally doesn't mean anything. Yeah, this is a really tough position. I don't know how to improve the position. I can threaten the pawn. And then you might have to defend with the bishop. Source, shit made up by Rebecca. Yeah, exactly. It's so Sigma. No, like if you think about it though, like what's the percentage of people who actually get into acting and actually get to a level where they can, be cast in like Hollywood movies? Like I don't even know, like total number of Hollywood actors. Total of 900 actors. 493 male, 408 female. Okay, okay, so number of trans Hollywood actors. So there's 901 total. There might be more, obviously, but yeah, we have Elliot Page, Laverne Cox, Asia Kate Dillon, India Moore, Dominique Jackson, MJ Rodriguez, Jamie Clayton, Hunter Schaffer, Elliot Fletcher, Josie Tota, Jen Richards, Alexandra Billings, Brian Michael Smith, Nicole Maines. I love her so much. Trace Lysette. I don't know most. It's interesting. It's kind of ironic. I don't know if it's like, does this make me a bad trans person? I literally do not know like most trans celebrities. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I don't know. I'm not really into knowing celebrities to begin with. Like I'll look up, like I'll know them if they do something that's like really like a big deal. Like if like Laverne Cox, like I saw Orange is the New Black, and also I heard about her activism and stuff like that. So it's like, just like with Nicole Maines, like she's in Supergirl, and then I heard about her activism. You'll notice that like a lot of trans people have to also like, it's almost like it's like a requirement is that no matter what you do in life, you have to also be an activist. So fucked up actually, but then again, most famous people end up having to be activists anyway, whether they want to or not. Trace Lysette, Leo Shung, Maya Taylor, Jake Graff, Scott Turner Schofield, and Alexandra Gray. Yeah, so this article is like goodhousekeeping.com. It's talking about how people well, no, there's another article that was talking about like this one is like another one talking about how it's hard for trans actors and actresses to find work. It's like, as a black trans woman, the transparent actor plays, I guess everybody says actor now for like every gender, you know, I guess we got to move with the times. I don't know. I still think that some people still say actress if it's female, just, you know, as a matter of pride. Like, do American schools have a lot of holiday homework? Like, no. America's stupid. We raised the stupidest, including myself, because I was smart, like, intellectually, but they did not help me at all. Like, at all. Like, I fell through the cracks entirely. I had to drop out because they wanted me to fit into their, and then also, like, they didn't, like, it didn't, I don't know, it's like, they don't, they have, like, here's, like, the bar for, like, the rest of the world. Here's the bar for America, for education. It's like they teach you this, but the rest of the world knows this, right? So we're the stupidest fucking country in the world, as far as, like, you know, the first world countries, more developed, like, yeah. She gets even fewer opportunities because of her intersectional marginalized identities and how trans actors often get pigeonholed. I personally lose roles because I hear that I'm too pretty, I'm too passable, I'm too normal, and I don't fit the stereotype of what trans actors are supposed to look like. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, why can't they just cast us as our gender? Like, why, you know, like, why can't they, why do we always have to, like, cast us, you know, they want a stereotypically trans person. They don't want people who just look like people. They want people who look like we're transitioning, like, which is not everybody, actually. Like, as much as people like to think that, like, oh, trans people, you'll never look like your gender. It's like, really, most trans people look like pretty much everyone else. Like, I mean, at least I've been told that, and I haven't even finished my surgeries. Like, come on. Asian schools are the only schools that have holiday homework. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about, you know, Asian school system. I've heard a lot of things, though. Here we go. Bing bong. Got the rooks on the same rank, on the 7th rank. I got some powerful plays. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating, but you know what? Times are changing, and now is like obviously better than any time in the past. But you know, I'm lucky enough to have been born in this time where the rest of the world is transitioning with us, finally. About fucking time. Like the rest of the world is finally starting to transition with us, and it's really difficult because transitioning is hard. Okay? Like, you guys are, like, the rest of, like, the cisgender population is finally starting to get a dose of what it's like to deal with things that are difficult. Yeah, like, hey, like, there's all these, like, things that you got to deal with, and people are starting to hear our stories and understand a bit. And they have to transit, because it's not just us who are transitioning, it's everyone around us. Like, basically, like, it's like a bigger version of what's happening, like, in our personal lives. We start transitioning, like, we come out, and we have to tell everyone, and they respond however they respond. You know, there might even be actual repercussions if there's, like, abusive people in your life and stuff like that. But I feel like the now that there's a lot more people, there's a lot more people who are, you know, tired of hiding and tired of being marginalized and being seen as, like, somebody who needs to hide. And so, you know, because of that, the consequence is that it's basically like a giant version of what it's like for our own personal lives. So, at least, I mean, that's how I see it. Basically, the rest of the world is now going through what our family members would go through, right? Like, So we would have. There's usually like a thing. I know everybody's different, but usually what happens, it's almost like the same story for like every single trans person. It's like basically you come out, everybody's kind of shocked, and they're also scared because it's not. I think what it is it's not just that you're trans and they may not understand that. It's also, I think, what most of the time, the reason why people react so negatively is specifically because people are afraid of how the world will treat you. And if you're a parent or a family member, it's like, well, now, not only does it affect, well, it shouldn't matter, like, it's pretty fucked up and selfish if people are like, oh, like, how do you think this makes me feel? Like, okay, well, I'm literally going through this and I just want your support and you're like making this about you and all that kind of stuff. Well, thank you for playing the game, okay, but I really wanted to focus on just doing some read-throughs. Like, I specifically started the stream to do some read-throughs of these like monologues and scripts and stuff. So I wanted to get back to that. But I just thought like, hey, I mean, you got really adamant about asking me to play some chess, so thought I would play you. Yeah, I'm not a total bitch. Okay. In Roger Used to Be Willie, Rosanna gets captured from Buck, who is assigned the duty of getting her back home safely to her father. This is a time period play taking place during the 1890s. Okay. Rosanna and Buck ride along in horse and carriage. You, him, my mother, all of you. Why can't I just have a normal life? Why can't I go out and do the things I want to do? I'm not happy. I don't care about my education and being kind and having morals and values. I want to act on my impulses. I want to live my own life experiences. I'm tired of being held back. There shouldn't be anything wrong with a young woman finding her own way and deciding who she wants to be as she grows up, without having all these criticisms put on me. There's no trust. And you're ugly as hell, and I want no part of you or this life. I want to be left alone, free, to be my own person, make my own decisions, go my own way. Tired of asking for permission. Tired of sneaking around to have a laugh with my friends and made me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I don't want to listen, understand? I'm so powerful. Thank you. I mean, these are first read-throughs, and I'm terrible. I keep making excuses. I need to stop doing that. Okay, that's the thing that I used to do with music. I was just talking about this earlier. Is that when you're like when you're like learning something, you're like very cognizant of you're very aware of like the fact that like don't mind me, like, oh, don't judge me too harshly, oh, I just started. Okay. Well, I do have mental illness, not that that's a problem, not that that's like something to be ashamed, well, not that that's something to be like make me a monster or something. Like, what the hell? Anna Devere Smith, that's who I was thinking of. Oh, I feel like I've seen her face. Oh, yeah, I think I vaguely remember. Inventing Anna, Nurse Jackie, American President, Twilight, Los Angeles. Philadelphia. West Wing, For the People Here Today, Black-ish, Life Support, Notes from the Field. Okay, yeah. A nice Oakley backpack. I guess I didn't even know that's what it was called. Yeah, I got that from my brother. He's like usually just passed me down things. Had it for like, you know, like probably since like 2015 or 16. She, her pronouns. Nice garbage under the sheets. Thank you. That's not garbage, and that's not my bed. That's my storage. And I do it just so people like you can have something to criticize me about. It's like when Eris has the green on his webcam. It's broken. I do it just keep it just to piss people like you off. You're so gay pronouns. Oh, okay. You looks gray. Don't listen to these other jerks. I'm not like other girls. If you had my own room, my upper bed would be my trash can too. It's not a trash can. This isn't trash. In fact, the stuff under the bed is actually my most important documents. Because if I put them anywhere else in my house, they're going to get lost. Because that's the way this house works, okay? You guys not understand how living in a trailer for a very, very, very long period of time, there's very real limitations that people really don't talk about. Because most people only live in a trailer for a short period of time. Or they live alone. And I don't live alone in a trailer. I have a very small amount of space that's actually mine. And I cannot create additional space. I cannot like add like a shelf. You know? I did that earlier. I already did that. I did that in the previous stream. Oh, you mean like a metaphorical trash can? Okay. In this monologue, Naomi opens up to her aunt about a circle of depression she encounters in her life. She wants to avoid getting depressed, and in this monologue, she speaks with her aunt about what she experiences and seeks advice. Naomi. Oh, okay. I torture myself, and I don't know how to stop it. I try so hard to think positive, and for the most part, I do. I am. But keeping myself that way is the hardest thing in the world. It creeps up on me, but from the shadows of my mind. I hate to sound like some cheesy novel, but it's true. Whatever I have going on deep inside myself, I do my best to ignore it, and most days, everything is good. But when it hits, when this sudden rush of negative energy comes by, it's like a wave of depression. I get so down about the direction of my life. Am I making the right decisions? Am I being who I am meant to be? I get low about the things I do, and I second guess my choices after I've already made them. And sometimes, days later, I change my mind again and go back to an earlier choice I made about the same damn thing. Back and forth, like a circle of confusion. I feel like I'm going crazy when this happens, and I can't seem to figure out a solution to my path. It's like a disease in my brain. I get trapped inside myself, and I get lost in a really lonely place. Until finally I find some inner strength, and I rip forward in a new light, but I know that it's only a matter of time before I go back to that way of being, and it scares me. I don't want to be that way. I just want to be happy, and I want to know that I am living my life with purpose. I don't want to have any regrets when I get old and look back at the life I've lived, because I won't be able to go back, and that would kill me in the end. I may need help. I don't know if this is something that I should see a doctor about, like a therapist, or... I don't believe in medication. Never have. Maybe I'm too emotional and take myself too damn seriously. I don't know. I don't. What do you think, huh? How do I put an end to these phases that I go through? Mean like a travel trailer or mobile? It's a mobile home. Well, you know, it's not a, it's a it's a large trailer, and it gets wider, like and it has 2 bedrooms and a living room, and 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a living room / kitchen. And the bedroom's on the opposite side of the house. My dad has the opposite side one. Another off-topic thing. You can connect 2 keyboards to use 4 keys to play Osu. Okay. This one's called The Attic. In the attic, Onya is willing to go the distance in order to finally receive love from someone whose heart remains defiant. One day, when you least expect it, when your heart forgets to protect itself, you will turn to me and innocently say, Onya, I love you. And when you first say those words, it will be as if you heard someone else speak them. But slowly, your words will sink inside of you and cement themselves to your beating heart. You will no longer be capable of pushing them away. Every fiber of your being will be invigorated by love. Every pain you've ever held on to will willingly release itself and set you free. I will remain in this dingy, cold attic, year after year, for however long it takes. I will repaint your shed over and over again. I will follow your rules. I will do all the things you want me to do, but I will never leave. Not until the day comes when love wins. Damn, she intense. Okay, better version of Jenny. In better version of Jenny, Jenny opens up to her best friend Olga about how she can't seem to find her own inner happiness anymore. Okay. I was standing in... Oh. I was standing in the rain by myself at the bus stop. I must have been waiting for the damn bus for 20 minutes. I was meeting Roger for coffee and dessert to go over our project together, and I looked a wreck from the weather. So I wasn't in the best of moods. Anywho, I see the couple, a young couple, walking to the bus stop. They're sharing one umbrella, and the guy has his arm wrapped around the girl, and they are laughing as if it was a bright summer sunny day. This annoyed me. I'm still trying to figure out why, but it really got under my skin. So they stand up more than 5 feet beside me, and I could hear their conversation. He's talking about how cute she is, and she's giggling and kissing him, and he's eating it up, and she's rubbing her hands on his chest, and he's smiling. It was as if there were only 2 people in the world, like the world revolved around them. It saddened me. I became so miserable on top of being miserable, which means I was 2 levels deep in my misery. Why can't I be caught in the rain with a handsome man who's telling me how beautiful I am? Anyway, I was first to get on the bus, and I wanted to walk to the very back and to check this out. There's only 3 vacant seats left. The last pair of seats were empty, and there was another empty seat next to some guy. And you know what I did? I took the double seats and watched this young, happy couple sit apart from one another. I did that. I caused that break. They could have sat together, but I made them separate. At first I felt victorious, like, ha! How do you happy people like that? But then, after a minute or two went by, and I saw the guy look over at his girl, and she back at him, and how they both smiled at one another, it nearly broke my heart. I felt like such a fool, and I've had this terrible feeling looming over me ever since. How do I change and get back to feeling happy again? It's like I'm trying to feel like I'm not reading it, but that's hard because I'm literally just reading these live, and also I don't understand it until after I don't really fully understand like by doing the whole reading, like I have a better understanding of like what the character is and what the scene is and what the story thing is, like what the vibe is, but it's this thing where I don't know. Obviously, you're not going to be perfect the first try. Where are these scripts from? They're from monologueblogger.com. Yeah, it's debump time. Go debump. No, don't debump. I kept that command in just for just for memes. Like the whole Moobot timed script. I kept that in just as a reminder of like the old days. Okay, we'll keep it there forever. For the rest of my life, okay? The thing is, it's like, I think the biggest thing is like, and this is obviously something that's common to a lot of new actors, is when you're reading it, you're trying to, it's like, there's this connection between how we actually are and like what we think things are when we see it written down. Like, it's like, there's got to be a balance where we know that we're obviously performing. Not all performances are meant to be like natural, because sometimes natural doesn't really portray what like a scene is trying to do. But what happens is that it takes like a bunch of like pushing through. I feel like you really have to like just let go, and I kind of felt it for a second where I just let go of the fact that I knew where I actually lost myself in what I was reading, and that not in that one, but like the previous one. Yeah, this one's called Despite the Rain. And despite the rain, Elizabeth lets Harry know that she helped him avoid a major accident in order to spare his life. Yeah, okay. I can see and I can alter the paths of others. When you were driving over here, you almost had an accident. You were too busy looking down at your phone, and you narrowly missed hitting the man who was walking his dog. And the strange thing, Harry, is that you felt like you did, even though you didn't. That was me. I rearranged what you were going to do. I altered your path. So, in a way, you owe me. Believe me, the turnout wouldn't have been good for you. The man or his dog, it would have been a terrible collision of lives that would have ended badly for everyone. Count yourself lucky, but be a little more aware next time. It's like she has some kind of like sci-fi ability. Okay, Corner of the Universe. In Corner of the Universe, Trisha expresses her own private philosophy about how she goes about trying to improve as a person. Oh, and here's the other thing too, is because like I said, not only am I like new to acting, I'm like only been living as a woman for like 2.5 years. So it's like I'm trying to rely on the only thing I can rely on are all the women I've met in my life and all the women I've seen in movie and TV and plays. So it's like I have a lot of like ideas in my head about what women sound like, and I don't really have this repertoire of like style that I had for male characters. Because I lived as a male for like 31 years. So it's like, it's really difficult. Trish expresses her own private philosophy about how she goes about trying to improve as a person. From myself and others, I like to think about things too, minus the philosophy. I'm always talking to myself, so much so that I thought I had a problem. But then I realized I don't, and it's quite normal to constantly be in a conversation with oneself. As long as I'm not in a conversation with someone who isn't there, I should be fine. But I do go on lengthy talks about virtually everything I encounter. I go on long riffs about situations I find myself in. I'm always replaying a scene in my mind, trying to see if it could have played it out in another way, what I could have done differently. Sort of like combinations in chess. Patterns. I do that all the time because I learned that way. About people and myself, you know? And about life. That's my biggest tool in the shed. It's how I get through the next day. And it's also about trying to improve myself. To be better the next time I say something or do something in a similar situation. It works for the most part. You kind of have no choice in the world we're living in. If you want to find some kind of harmony. You'll do a frappe with caramel syrup, light on the whipped cream, please? Okay. Okay. Let me get a black coffee, medium 2, milk, ice, light, ice, 1 pump of chai, 2 of vanilla bean, name under Rodrigo. I'll do a frappe with caramel syrup, light on the whipped cream, please. Thank you. What? Probably like in a year, and actually never. Sorry, I don't work at a Starbucks. To go? How about I like just launch it with like a cannon? With a lid on it, of course. This one's called Soft Song. Why are you laughing at my order? Because I'm gonna get fired, aren't I? God damn it. In Soft Song, Tina battles with her mother over whether or not she should be present at what could possibly be her grandmother's last birthday. Of course I realize that! Stop asking me such a stupid question. You think I don't know? You think I don't know that she's dying? Of course I know. You act like I don't care, or that I wish she was dead or something, and that's horrible. And you make me feel all this guilt for not being there for her birthday, when I want to be there. But I can't be there because I have things going on in my own life that matter to me, and you should be supportive to that and understanding. Instead of trying to make me feel rotten by forcing me to choose between grandma and my music. Not trying to choose between anyone or anything. Just trying to live my life, and it's not fair what you've been doing to me. And it's not right that you put this pressure on me all the time. I can't be at 2 places at once, and it's not like I'm ignoring grandma because I visit her every single week, and you know I do, and I call her, and I don't want her to go. Dedicating my album to her, and I want to be able to give it to her before she goes. Why can't you understand any of that, Mom? Oh, okay. New clip. I don't work at Starbucks. Yeah, exactly. How about this? Let's. I don't work at Starbucks. I don't work at Starbucks. I don't work at Starbucks. I don't. I don't work at Starbucks. I don't even work at Starbucks. Okay. Yeah, I don't work at Starbucks. Kick W. It's probably like the most fun stream I've ever had. We're just gonna Okay, I'm an actress. That's it, okay? And then people are gonna start to wonder if, like, there's always gonna be that super toxic mega troll. Like the super toxic mega troll. There's always gonna be the super toxic mega troll out there. Because, you know, I'm a trans person, and there's like a narrative, especially among conservatives, that trans people just are doing it because they want to get noticed or want to get attention. So if I become an actual actress, there's always going to be that person that says, like, you know, especially like as a streamer, especially, that the past couple of years have all been an act. It's like, okay, yeah, it's like, talk about method acting. Like, actually took estrogen, actually got orchiectomy, actually got facial surgery, actually got vaginoplasty. Like, those next two are still coming up. But damn, like, that's some method acting. Like, that's... Now that's a lot of dedication to the role, okay? Like, if you actually completely transition to a different gender, even if you're not trans, just to play a part in a movie, I'm pretty sure at that point it wouldn't matter. Like, you've earned it, okay? Like, fake it till you make it. I mean, at that point, you would literally be trans. Like, even if you don't have gender dysphoria. God damn, that would be a crazy movie, wouldn't it? Now I gotta write the screenplay. About, like, a dude... Oh, I mean, that's basically Tootsie. Oh. But, like, hardcore. Like make it like from a different angle. Or you could make the whole thing a dream, and then, like, you go, and then, but not a dream. You could make the whole thing like a do-over. And it's like they die or whatever, and then they say you get a second chance. Will you do this again? And there's like all these hardships that went through, like drug addiction, like all this kind of stuff. And then at the end, the climax, they're given a choice by like an angel or whatever. You could just, you know, never find out, or you can live it again. And they did this in Star Trek TNG with Q and Picard. But like, if you bring you back to the moment where before you started doing that, and then do the same thing all over again, because that's what makes you who you are. Like in the end, you discover your identity. Okay, in soft song, we already did that. Oh, and thanks, Twisted Reality. Like, yeah, kind of dramatic. What kind of place is this? There's no water in here. Okay. Hole in the ocean. Oh, wow. This girl kind of looks like me. Is that how I'm going to look after my facial surgery? Doesn't she kind of look like me a little bit? Like for real, like straight up looks like a face app of me, like a little bit. Not even a face map face map. I mean, you can tell because of the orbital bone that like, well, she has a very prominent forehead. Mine, I'm probably gonna look like even more feminine than she does. Like the doctor was like, he's like, wow, like he's like, you have a really good start, is what he said. Like, I have a really strong, like, because I've been told my whole life I have a very strong bone structure. So, I mean, I don't think that's, I mean, that doesn't mean that I don't need the surgery. But what it does mean is it's probably not going to be as intrusive as if I had to do more extensive work, right? So it's like, I might have a better recovery. Copium. Okay. It's a photo of me in the future. Yeah, exactly. The photo itself time traveled. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think I'm prettier than her. Okay. Come on. In Hole in the Ocean, Harley shares with her mother how she has been feeling disconnected from the hope she has for people. I feel as though I'm floating on top of the ocean without a paddle, without a rudder. Nothing but the clinging to the side of a boat, holding on with the hope to see land. I feel the only thing that changes in life is the weather. People don't change, not unless they truly want to. We wait for someone to change. The waiting keeps us going, but believing that they will change is futile. It always leads to brokenness. I've been lost at sea, filled with all these feelings, with no rescue in sight to save me. I know the only thing that penetrates the density of darkness is the light of hope. But is it real? The disappointment that questions leaves me with gets me low. Oh, but I know there's a tsunami of love out there. It is somewhere. It's got to be. And instead of destruction, it will bring warmth, honesty, and truth. That's what I've been waiting for. Okay, this one's called Reset Button. In the drama monologue Reset Button, Lana's closest friend is staying at her apartment, but has been wreaking havoc on her life in the worst possible ways. Jill, there's nothing wrong with having kicks, but you've been kicking way too hard. The first day you arrived at my place, you wanted to hit up the liquor store, and I took you to one, and you bought enough liquor to last a month. You were only staying a week. That was the first warning bell that went off. Then you start going on and on about scoring some greenery to the point of madness. It was all you talked about until we were finally able to get some from my neighbor, and as soon as we did, you were at it. You have not stopped since you've been here, unless it's when you've been passed out. You've gotten out of control, and I don't know what's going on with you anymore. I think you have a serious problem. This isn't just going out and having fun. There is something wrong about your behavior, and I don't know what's up. Damn. Miyafuta. Damn, that sounds like some fun. User joined, Miyafuta. User parted, Miyafuta. Okay, locked in arms. In Locked in Arms, Isadora releases her pent-up feelings over all the stressful responsibilities she has been undertaking. Why are you doing this to me? Can't you see I'm already a wreck? Do you want me to go out of my mind completely? I have to deal with him. Fold his clothes, make his bed, clean his vomit, and for that he abuses me. Verbally, physically. But I won't abandon him because I believe I can help him keep whatever good he has left inside. No matter how horrible he is, there is still something virgin in him. He is dying. He is scared. He was only going to do this once. No? He is a bastard. I hate him. I must hate him. But watching him helps me cope, okay? Gives me my own understanding of this fucked up life we live. I can't explain it to you. You're like a big puppy who never listens to reason. Never. You bounce around all day like everything's okay, like nothing matters. I cannot take this. Children! And now I am pregnant. Happy? Yeah? Oh, look at your face now. Reality hits. Will the giant puppy become a man? Huh? All you do is lick, bark, and wag your tail. You don't love me. Do you love me? Tell me the truth. Do you love me now? Damn. Sleight of hand. In Sleight of Hand, Jill sets out to encourage her boyfriend to toughen up against the elements of life in order to fight for what he wants. Yeah, that was scary. I tried to put a bit of more emotion into that one, but like quiet emotion. But then I didn't want to get too... See, the thing is, it's nighttime, and like I don't want to get too loud. We'll do more of this during the day. Like daytime streams. I want to do this. Is actually making me excited to come stream more often, and you and everybody else has been here, kind of reminding me of like, hey, like things are gonna be okay. Like I think I am getting back into a vibe, you know, of like feeling like I can actually stream and stuff like that. And I think acting will be my way out. I think of this depression and this. I mean, I know that I'm like. I know that I have this habit of every time I find something that I really kind of feels like it makes me feel better, I really cling on to it to the point where I put out all these hopes that it's gonna get me out of this depression and out of this burnout. Well, depression. A lot of it is from I have major depressive disorder, but I also have burnout depression. So it's like, and also COVID depression. And also like environmental depression from just being a trans person, from being an autistic person. From, you know, environment from where I live, like with my dad, with his drunkenness and all that shit. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like imagine that life will somehow just like if I do this one thing, it'll work out, and that's not really how life works. Like I'm scared to death anytime that I get excited about something, because I constantly feel like I get really excited about it for like a few days or a few weeks or even a month, and then suddenly I stop. And it's like I try to create like sustainable habits, but I always feel I tend to end up feeling like it's not worth it anymore. I don't know. Inside of hand, Jill sets out to encourage her boyfriend to toughen up against the elements of life in order to fight for what he wants. That's your problem. You don't know how to go through life with a different outlook from the one you've always had. If one little thing happens, you dive down and right down into the dumps. You can't keep on like that. You gotta toughen up, get wise, be humble, and keep trying. What else have we got to do, Doug, but try? Your complaining ain't getting us anywhere. It's just wasting our precious time. For all one's complaining, you could have come up with some great scheme instead. You could have found some inspiration. Your biggest problem isn't making it happen. It's whining about making it happen. Snap out of your fog, Doug, and stare this life of yours in its face and make it what you want it to be. Wishing won't get us there, will it? It's kind of like I'm doing like a huge giant like breadth before depth approach of just looking at little like excerpts of monologues and plays and stuff like that. And eventually, like, it'll give me like a bit, like over time, do enough, and it like gives me like a little, okay, here's one with this flavor, here's one with this flavor, and then like I can go in and dive deeper, like into each play and stuff like that. So it's like I need like over time, like over the next month or so, just like explore like as many as possible, like do a bunch of like just cold reads and stuff like that, and obviously if I feel like really motivated to do something, obviously I can say, hey, like, I don't know, it's a process. Like you don't just jump in. I mean, you do jump in, but like, you don't just like get to where you need to be like right away. Like when you start doing something, like you kind of have to discover like what the path is first. And like you just start by doing, and then you just adjust it as time goes on. Like it's like what I've been doing with my stream. Like when I started streaming, I had like certain ideas of what streaming was. I had no idea what it was at all. I had no idea who any of the Twitch streamers were. I just saw Twitch, it's a gaming platform, and I'm like, oh wow, that could be like a, it's better than like just sitting here. If I'm gonna be playing chess, because at that time I was playing like chess like 8 hours a day. Yeah, I don't know if I can go back to that schedule. I was also stoned every day, all day, so that's probably why I did that. And I was alone, and living here, and it was pre-transition, so I was like really fucked up. Like everything was like really like everything was screwed too tight, But things have changed a lot. I look at myself in the mirror now and I see a woman. Like, I'm like, I take off my shirt when I go take a shower and I'm like, damn. like, holy shit. Like, I smell myself and I smell a girl. Like, it's just so crazy. And like other people, like, they'll see me and like, an interesting thing, is this morning or this afternoon really, I was like waiting to cross the street, and like a dad and his little teeny like 2 or 3-year-old or something. Like, well, like a kid, it was like, like I was just like crossing the street minding my own business. And then like, as we were crossing, the little girl pointed at me and she said like, look, she has the same hair as me or something. Like she said, I don't know what she said, but she said, look, she had, and like, I didn't have to explain my gender to a little teeny tiny girl. She just accepted me for who I am. And, that's what little kids do. They just accept people. It's the adults who are confused. I didn't change my gender. I was always female. I was always trans. But you know what? I know what you mean though. Like when I started transitioning, like medically and socially and all that, you feel it's unrealistic. It's not unrealistic. It actually feels pretty normal. Like it feels like the most natural thing I've ever felt in the world since like compared to like, I mean, it just feels, it doesn't feel like this crazy sci-fi thing that I'm guessing that a lot of people think it is. They think it's this crazy like procedures that, oh, this is like, we're going to make a chimera monster. It's like, no, it's like everything is just kind of like, hey, like, let's just mold the clay a little bit differently. Like that's pretty much what it is. And then that's not even like the main part of trans, like the physical, like medical part. Like that's just for my own dysphoria. Like that's important. Like otherwise I will suffer for like the rest of my life. But like it really is like pretty, like compared to other things that people do like with their body, it's pretty fucking natural. Like people will be surprised like how like the body is very like adjustable like to like hormones and stuff like that. Like I mean, if you there's probably people who know way more about it, obviously like biologists and shit, but I'm guessing like it basically like we're human and we have two main flavors of human, right? Two main flavors, like two big kind of categories on a bimodal. I like how Vosh puts it with the bimodal model of like you have like kind of two sticks, one's male and one's female, and then you have like everything in between. Like I don't think anybody whatsoever is located on the far right or far left of those. Like there's a lot of guys who are very masculine, but they still have like they might feel like every now and then they're like have like some kind of like femininity inside them, like like might have like a super like masculine guy, and then like like when he's around his like child, like he has a baby or something, and you'll see him like start acting like a mother, like that, like it doesn't make him a woman, that's not how gender works. Like, but like, there's different traits that we use those sticks as like, because otherwise I feel like we should just say, oh, these are all human traits. Like, but I feel like it's easier to put those two sticks in there. In Whisper of Trees, Shelley talks to her boyfriend Nate about the pressure he puts on himself to be something more than what people... Oh, I already did that. Okay. And we're just moving along. Oh, wait, did we... A sleight of hand was the boyfriend. Okay, Whisper of Trees... in Whisper of Trees, Shelley talks to her boyfriend Nate about the pressure he puts on himself to be something more than... It's similar to like the last one, it sounds like. Puts on himself to be something more than what people expect. Listen, I wasn't trying to talk shit about your brother. He's not perfect. None of us are. And you should be thankful that you are nothing like him because you are you. That's what makes you, Nate. That's why people like you. You're real. You're just on another path, finding yourself, There ain't nothing wrong with you. Shit. We all just trying to find our own way right now. If you want to know what I think your bro grew up too soon. He's one of them kids that get successful too early. Doesn't know what the hell to do with the rest of life, But we look at the times we've had. I wouldn't trade them for shit. Would you? Come on, Nate. We might not be scholar kids. We've barely gotten through these years. But we've had some damn good times, and I don't see any kind of grand success bigger than those moments. I'm not saying dreams aren't important. Yeah, they are. Ambition, dreams, what we want to become, blah blah. It's all important. All right, but life and living is too. Can't forget that. You're going to hit your mark, Nate. Might not be right now, but you're the kind of man that if you want to do something, you will. Just in your own time, on your own terms, and that's all right. Okay, let's just do this, these next three, and then it's midnight, and it's like getting a little late, and I don't want to overuse my voice, so that we're gonna call it a night after these three. Content's flammable. In this monologue, Nora talks about the tragic events that had unfolded with her daughter. She speaks to a group of people in a therapy session. I memorized the side of the bottle. I wanted to be clear to myself as okay. I memorized the side of the bottle. I wanted to be clear to myself as to what I'd done, and repeating that phrase to myself reminds me of how horrible a person I am. I just couldn't quit the damn smoking. Had a habit of leaving my cigarettes lit when I put them down and forget them. My daughter always used to play with my hairspray bottles. She would spray and then brush her doll's hair. So cute she was. One day she was playing in the bathroom while I was getting ready for work. Anyway, I was smoking my cigarettes and decided to put it down on top of the sink in order to fuss with my hair. Then the phone rang. The babysitter and I was distracted. That's when my baby daughter sprayed her hair bottle just right, which caused the cigarette and the hairspray bottle to ignite and catch fire to the bathroom towel and to my daughter's pretty face. When I saw her, I screamed. Went to put the fire out. I put my hands all over the tender face while she kept screaming my name. I panicked. I pulled her out of the bathroom, then back in the bathroom. I dunked her head into the toilet to put out the flames. She was coughing, and the rest is history. My daughter is blind because of me. Because I smoked cigarettes. Because I was stupid. Now my baby daughter is going to be blind for the rest of her life, and I did that. I took those beautiful blue eyes she had and singed them forever. Forever. Okay. Hi, Swampage. Yeah, I feel like it's hard to do the crying, like, because I feel like I'm overdoing it. Like, I feel like I got a feeling, like, for a second that I was, like, doing it just enough, like, because when we cry, like, real, like, it's very sporadic and uncontrolled, and sometimes it goes really soft, sometimes it stops, sometimes, like, it goes, like, really heavy, but when I feel like I was going a little too heavy at one point, and then I had to pull it back, and that felt very unnatural to me, so... Started acting crying too sudden? Yeah, exactly. It's too sudden. Yeah. In in one-way conversation, Bella confronts her mother about how she never seems to give her the encouragement and support she needs to follow her dreams. You don't understand. You don't ever hear what I'm trying to say to you. It's always a one-way conversation. First, you come at me and complain about all the things you think I'm not doing, and you do this to get me angry because you think by getting me angry, it's going to somehow make me work harder for what I want in my life, and you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. So wrong. That's not the way to help me move forward. It's not. Can't you ever just be my friend and support me by giving me encouragement? Do you have any idea how impossible what I'm going after already is? Do you? So damn hard, and I can use some kindness. Just some. You're my mother, you know? All I ask is that you stop trying to get so damn strategy-oriented with me and instead work with me. Give me sound advice, if you have any. Because coming down on me doesn't help. I'm not asking you to hand feed me. But be there for me the way I need you to be. There. You happy? Now you know what's bothering me. Okay, and this is the last one we're going to do tonight. I'm just getting a little exhausted. I don't want to oversaturate myself. I just want to kind of like work on it. Do, some, and then you rest. Like tomorrow's a new day, right? Okay. This one's called Inner Core. Inner Core is a female dramatic monologue. Like, why would... Okay. Shelley suffers from depression and she talks to her doctor during a session to gain clarity on her issues. Sometimes I stare inside myself and try to figure out how I can kill my inner core. There are days when I wish to remove myself from myself. Start fresh, anew. Mop myself clean and start over again. Keep the same outer shell, but with new inner meaning and purpose. Sort of like an upgrade to an old program that doesn't function as well as it should because it's outdated. I desperately need to upgrade my system, reboot my mind, and wash everything out. But there's no way for me to change my inner core. It will always remain. Remnants of my past, the wires that have rusted and gone awry, they will always stay in place. They say you can never disconnect from your past self. We may try and act like we have, like we found a way to be removed from it all, but deep down, we always carry the same software. What time you stream tomorrow? I am going to wake up and then I have therapy in the afternoon, and then I'm probably gonna decompress as I always do, and then I'll probably start like 3 p.m. tomorrow. I might do a morning stream before therapy. Sometimes I do that. But if I do, it might be a chess stream, or we might play Genshin Impact in the morning. We might play Genshin Impact. I downloaded it. I don't know if it runs. I have not started it yet at all, okay? So I might start it. I might do that early in the morning if I feel like it. So there might be a Genshin Impact stream tomorrow. Think I should stream Osu after your stream ends? Yeah, I can host you. or raid you. I don't know. I don't know if you can raid when you're not affiliate or partner, because I de-affiliated. Like I contacted Twitch because I wanted to use Restream and because I don't want exclusivity. Like because 24 hours before you can put a clip on YouTube, that's really frustrating, especially when you want to use your stream as like a kind of like a raw footage, right? Like I kind of use my stream as like, this is raw footage. And you know what? I'm probably going to take all those little clips and make little YouTube video versions of them just to try to get discovered. So it's like, I think this is a really productive stream. I think for the first time in a long time, I've actually felt like I'm doing something that is actually like what streamers do, like actually like record something or work on something. So, oh, we just got a raid from Neon Cat. I'm actually ending the stream. Bad timing. But we're gonna, I don't know if Twisted Reality is gonna be, I don't know if Twisted is gonna be streaming, but, yeah, we might be playing some Genshin in the morning, but I have not played it at all. I don't know if it runs. We could just do a completely, like, do a live, like, just get started and just play it just for whatever. I'm just gonna, like, try it out, see if it's fun or not, for me. And, yeah. Well, then I have therapy, and then I'll just like kind of decompress, and then we'll get back to the acting exercises, because I want to do this on a daily basis. I want to really focus on at least, like, obviously there's going to be stages, and eventually, this is all just stuff on my own. This is self-study right now. And so, like, after, this is until I can actually get myself to get into, to be strong enough to get into acting classes. Like, maybe I can do that. It might be possible. I definitely will not be taking any, like, classes or anything until after I've healed up from surgery. And I'm getting surgery at the end of November. I don't know. Actually, no, I could take classes and then, like, say, like, talk to the teacher, like, hey, I'm getting facial feminization on, like, the end of November. Which, actually, that's, like, the end of the semester. So I'd be like, yeah, so, like, is there anything that, like, we can, like, work out so, like, so I don't get dropped from the class, or I could just take the class, like, as an elective and not, like, just take the class for the sake of taking the class. I don't know. I don't even know if there's any acting classes I could take in the fall semester. But I'll see what I can do. I might be strong enough to do the stream. But then, November, the end of November, I'm gonna have facial feminization surgery. My whole face is gonna be like, the orbital bone is gonna be worked out. They're gonna, like, bring this all evened out. Some of this is gonna be, like, shaved down. They may or may not have to. Most likely, most of the time they put like a sheet here, like a kind of thin sheet here, like two little teeny tiny screws things, but I did get an X-ray, and the doctor had said, 5% of people don't have like a sinus cavity there that they have to worry about. And apparently, I am one of those 5% of people, but I may have read the report wrong. But I'll find out obviously in November before the surgery when I talk to the prepare people or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, if you start the stream now before I end the stream, I could raid you. 5% of people subscribed. Yeah, yeah, well, now we're getting viewers. I don't know if I should end the stream now. Well, I'll give them to you. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, so you guys hang out for a little bit. Basically, my plan, now that I'm getting a little bit more excited, I have like a goal now. Like I have this idea of, hey, like I have something new to work on that I've always wanted to work on. Just like when I went back to college for music, I had always wanted to play woodwinds. I'd always wanted to play clarinet and saxophone and flute, but I never did. And so I pushed myself. I got to the college and I started working on it. I started with trombone, but then I switched to the instruments as soon as I was like prepared enough. because I had to like go through like learning how to play the notes. That actually only took like a week or two. Honestly, I'm a lifelong musician. Okay, it's easier for me than it is for a brand new person. But also I played similar instruments. Like, actually no, I played a little bit of flute before clarinet, so it's like flute's a little bit similar. Like a lot of the woodwinds, like they're kind of like the same kind of setup, really. But what happened, like I feel excited now, and I'm not gonna like let that get like carry me away, or whatever. But I feel really excited because it's like, hey, like I may actually be able to go back and take a class next semester. If it's not possible because of COVID, stuff still, then obviously not. And yeah, like it is a little bit sketch because obviously I'm going to be having surgery. But I've went to college with people who ended up having to take time off because of, they had a surgery of some sort. And since it's planned, I could even say like, hey, like I really want to get a lot out of this class. I've been wanting to learn, like practice acting for a while. I've been practicing on my own because right now I'm going to maintain this self-study as much as I can, and whatever else, like if there's anything I can see, like, hey, like I see a Facebook group that's like, they meet like every week to do like table reads or something like that. Like if I see something like that, obviously I'll take the opportunity, like during the summer and stuff. I'll do whatever I can to prepare for that. Everything's a step, one step at a time, and so I feel like if I really commit to this and work on a lot of these things, I feel like it can help me out personally too, like with my autism issues and also with like my gender issues and with my social issues. Like honestly, acting out roles can be a really good way to like test out a lot of stuff for me, and I might be really good at it. I don't know. I'm not gonna like assume that I'm just going to be like this sometimes I have like this idea that I'm like this amazing person if only I like put myself into it or whatever, but I really don't I don't think I'm like anything special. I think it's just I get really passionate about it, and that ends up kind of like coming across like as somebody who, if you have more passion and you put more time into something, so it's like you end up like practicing more. So it's like, it's more of a like, it's not a talent thing. It's just because I have that certain type of personality, I end up like getting better at things. And but I still hold myself up to these insanely high standards. And so what happens is that like, I just quit, and I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm tired, and I've been stuck for like the past several years, since like 2018, pre-transition into today. And the past couple days, like I only just now realized like, hey, like acting, like how come you never actually followed through with that? Well, now's your chance. Let's follow through. And so I am going to take that chance, and I think it'll go really well. There's another thing I have to learn eventually is the eye movement. Like the eye movement. If you look at film, it's different obviously in stage acting. Stage acting, you have to project and like emote bigger because you have to see it from far away. But for film acting, I mean, there's just like, my sister is taking acting classes. Like she's like way more talented than me, I think. Like she's the singer. She focused on singing her whole life, and dancing, and like acting. I did music, like instrumental music, and I did some singing, like choir, and I always wanted to get into acting, but I was like, it's hard because of social anxiety, and I was undiagnosed at the time, but it's because of autism issues. Like it's harder it's like, but the way I work is I put myself into a situation that's extremely difficult, because then it requires me to put in the extra effort that's required to meet the minimum, or even exceed the minimum. Anyway, I don't know if let's see if Twisted Reality is streaming yet. Oh, I see your setup. Okay. Oh, how come I didn't follow you? Playing some Osu. You already have a raid in progress. Okay, wait, I forgot like in Chatterino, where does the raid thing? Oh, do I just go to my, creator dashboard? Oh. Okay, start raid. Okay, well, where's the button? Oh, here we go. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. It's been really fun. Just make sure to give Twisted Reality some love. You know, been in the chat for a while, been super supportive. And, you know, time to give him some fun and stuff. It's okay. Bye.